Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online, please check it, guys. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online, guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. All right, guys, that's nice. All right, good afternoon, guys. And check it what we completed in the last session. I think so. In the last session, we completed so there we started language fundamentals topic. In a language fundamentals, already we completed some of the points there. So we are going to understand what points can be completed there. Let me check this. In the last session, we started language fundamentals. Tell me, guys, what are the overall language fundamentals here we are having to discuss here? What are the various language fundamentals here we are having there? First one is like what there? Tokens. Next one is data types. For this typecasting. Next one is Java statements, and finally, what next one here? Arrays. These are overall 5 topics what you are having. Out of all these concepts here, tokens already we started. What exactly the meaning of token here? If you observe this, the logical individual unit in a Java programming is called a lexeme. The collection of lexemes that come under a particular group is called as what there? A token. Examples here we are having. What are the various examples here? Into A is equal to B plus C star D, where nearly 9 number of individual units are available, 9 number of tokens are existed, 9 number of lexemes are available. After that, how many types of tokens are available? If you observe this, overall 4 types of tokens are existed. What are the 4 types of tokens here we are getting there? Data types, variables, operators, special symbols, or terminals. That's okay, fine. Terminator. All right, sir. To prepare Java applications, Java has given a set of tokens. What are the set of tokens which are available in Java? Identifiers, literals, keywords or reserved words, operators. What is an identifier? That's a question. What exactly the meaning of identifier? Identifier is a name assigned to the programming elements like variables, methods, classes, interfaces, and so on. Identifier is a name assigned to the programming elements like variables, like methods, classes, interfaces, and so on. All right. To provide identifiers to the Java programming elements, Java has provided a set of rules and regulations. Nearly 4 or 5 number of rules here we have discussed there. What are the various rules and regulations here we have discussed there? Very first point is like what there? All Java identifiers must not be started with a number. They may start with an alphabet, they may start with an underscore symbol or dollar symbol. All Java identifiers may start with an alphabet or underscore symbol or dollar symbol. But the subsequent symbols may be a number or maybe an alphabet, underscore symbol or dollar symbol. Some of the examples already we have seen. Next one, all Java identifiers are not allowing spaces in the middle. All Java identifiers are not allowing spaces in the middle. Now here we are having some examples. Already we have seen that where spaces, if we provide spaces there, we are getting some error like this. All Java identifiers are not allowing operators. Operators are not allowed inside the identifiers. Okay. All right. So next one. All Java identifiers are not allowing special symbols except dollar symbol and underscore symbol. Except these two, all other special symbols are not allowed inside the identifiers. All Java identifiers are not using keywords. We should not use keywords as an identifier. Keywords are not allowed as identifiers. All Java identifiers are not using primitive data types like byte, short, int, long, float, double, char, boolean. All Java identifiers are not using primitive data types like byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, char. Examples are available. In Java applications, we are able to use all the predefined classes names as identifiers. Yeah, this point here I want to show some examples to you. Try to understand it. These two things here I want to prove first of all. After that, I will go with what there some other content. Sir, right now let us check this clearly. Right, sir. Those who are not having awareness on this programming, no need to think about it. Right, those who are missing that first application development, don't worry. I will take that backup classes, final backup classes. I will give announcement to you. From that point onwards, we have to complete our required content here. Again, at some other time, I will discuss about up to language fundamentals. Even these topics once again are going to be repeated. If any of you are required, then you can attend for it. Right from introduction point onwards, right from starting point onwards. Again, the content will come. Okay. All right. Now let's move on to the point here. So first of all, here, what is the point here? I'm saying to you, class test, public static void main, string array aux. Now inside this, what's the point I'm telling to you? Int a is equal to 10. System dot out dot println of a. This is normal. Now I can save this D drive Java 430. There I want to save like what there test dot Java. Let me compile and execute this here. Let me open this patch here. D colon CD Java 430 Java C space test dot Java. Compiled successfully Java space test. 10 is an output here we are getting. That's okay. Okay. Now this is the program here. But my requirement is what there? In place of a, in place of a, I want to use a class name. Predefined class name here I want to use in place of a. What is this predefined class name here? We want to use their exception is a predefined class name. So now exception is not a class name. Exception is an integer variable. Once if we declare int exception is equal to 10 semicolon, where exception is acting as what there is an integer variable, not acting as an exception class name. All right, now in place of a, we have to display the name like what there exception system.out.println of exception. All right, so now let me save this. Here we are not going to get any compilation error. Java C space test.java. Java C space test.java in the sense compilation we are performing. If it is wrong, then we are able to get an error message. If we are not getting error in the sense this is right. So no compilation error here we are getting. The same point I said to you, int a is equal to 10, it's okay. Similarly, int exception is equal to 10. So here we are not getting any compilation error. There we are not getting any compilation error. Observe carefully. Status is what there? No compilation error. Similarly, the same. Another point here I'm trying to show. Now try to observe carefully. All right, sir. All of you understand this? String str is equal to string. That str variable values what their string have taken. Yes, of course, we can take any name within the double quotation. Not only these alphabets, no. Even we can take digits, we can take special symbols inside the double quotations. That capability is available for string values. So string str is equal to double quotation string. Then inside this, what we are able to provide, sysnot.out.println of str. Sysnot.out.println of str. Let me save this. Now here, we want to compile and execute this. Java C space tester.java. We are not having any compilation error. It's a regular content only. Java space tester. Executing it. Output is what there? String here we are getting. Now my requirement is what? In place of str, I want to use one predefined class as an identifier, as a variable. I want to use one predefined class in place of str. What predefined class here I want to use? My predefined class is again the same string. In Java, string is a predefined class. In Java, string is what there? It is a predefined class. So as an identifier, as a variable name, I have used that string as a class name. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? All right, sir. Now this is what exactly the meaning here. Now here also we can provide like what there? String. If we provide like this string, no, here we are not going to get any error. Easily we are able to get some output. Java C space tester.java. All right, sir. Compiled successfully. Then Java space tester. Output here we are able to get like what there? String. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? Okay. So this is also be right. Now, next example, try to understand it, everybody. Okay, all of you ready for it now? All right. Int system is equal to 10. System.out.println of system. Int system is equal to 10. System.out.println of system. Yes, sir. Output is what there? 10 is an output. Perfect. See this. That's why I'm giving this example. Okay. Now here we are getting what the error. That point what I have given there, it's okay. That point is right. But where there is a small condition, that condition here we have to understand. What is that condition here? Listen, all of you know. Everybody understand it. Once if we declare any predefined class as an integer variable in the remaining part of the program, that class name, whatever the class name we have used, the predefined class name, that a class name must be used as an integer variable only. It must not be used as its original class. Understand it? What I'm telling you? Come again. What's the point I'm telling to you? Once if we declare the predefined class name system as an integer variable, in the remaining part of the program, the system must be used as integer variable only. It must not be used as its original class. There's a rule. Okay. Parameter to sysnot.out.println. This we have provided as an integer variable only. No problem up to this. But here we have used system.out now. There we have used system. That system we have used as what there? Original class. As like a class we have used. Out is a static variable in a system class. That out variable we called by using class name system. As like a class we have used the system, not as like a variable. That system we have used as what there? Like a class, not like as what there? A variable, not like as an integer variable. That's why here we are getting compilation error. Due to this reason, here we are getting what there? Compilation error. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? I will give clarity, no need to worry for it. The point is like what I'm telling there. Again, I'm telling to you, if we declare system as a predefined class, sorry, if we define system as an integer variable in the program, In the remaining part of the program, the system must be used as what their integer variable only, not used as what their a class. So in the remaining program here, we have used system as a class or not? Here we have used system as a class or not? So because of that reason here, we are getting what their compilation error. That's the rule here we have to understand. Let us complete this point here. In Java applications, we are able to use all predefined classes names as identifiers. Sir, got it or not? Okay. Example 3. Here I am giving there. Observe carefully. There I am going to give the reason. What is that example 3 here I am providing now? This is an example 3. Let me copy this. All right. I want to give this example here itself. Right, sir. Now this is an example. Here the status here we have to understand. Status is what there compilation error. All right. Why we are getting this compilation error here we have to understand. Everybody observe carefully. The reason also here I am telling to you. Once if we declare system as an integer variable, then we must use the system as a integer variable only in the remaining part of the program. We must not use that system as its as like original class. If we use system as a class, if we use system as a class in the remaining part of the program, then compiler will raise an error. Then compiler will raise an error. Everybody observe carefully what is the point here I'm telling to you. This is exactly the reason what we are getting, why we are getting this compilation error. This is the reason here we are getting it. Now try to recognize these points clearly. Okay. All right, sir. Now solution also begin I want to provide, try to understand it. But before going to understand the solution for this particular example, before understanding solution for it, let us have some basics. 1 or 2 points basics are required. Then after that, I will give solution for it. What basic point here we required? What is the fundamental point here we required now? Guys, all of you observe carefully. I'm asking one question to you. Try to answer for it. Tell me, guys, all of you now tell me, what is a package? Definition for package: collection of classes and interfaces. Collection of related classes and interfaces as a single unit. Please, even if you're not aware about it, no, then try to remember this. Package is what there? Collection of related classes and interfaces. All right. For example, system is a class. System is a class which is available in a java.lang package. In which package it is available there? Java.lang package. All of you observe carefully. There is a convention. What is that convention there? In our program, if we use directly system, it's a normal name. Directly we are using the normal name. System is what their name. Directly we are using normal name. But the same system, if we use along with it's a package name, the same class name, if we use along with it's a package name dot a class name, if we use no, this is called as fully qualified name of the class. Now this is what their normal name. That's it. It's not fully qualified name, but this is what their fully qualified name of the respective class. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? Once again, I'm telling there. Observe carefully. Package is the collection of related classes and interfaces as a single unit. Package is a collection of related classes and interfaces as what their single unit. Okay, clear? If we provide name as usual like a normal name, but if we provide name along with the package name, that is what their fully qualified name. Say for example, array list is a class which is available in a package. What is this package? No, java.util package. RLS is a class which is available in which package? No, java.util package. Say for example, I want to write like what their RLS normal name. This is like what their normal name. But if I use java.util.rlist in my program, now this is what sir now tell me. This is what they now tell me. Fully qualified name of the class. Yes, sir. All of you are getting clarity on it. What is the normal name? What is fully qualified name? All of you are getting clarity on this now. Right, so now this is exactly the meaning of fully qualified name. Okay. Right. I want to remove this. Just I understood that. What exactly the point I'm telling here. Now observe carefully. Once if we declare system as an integer variable, then we must use that system as an integer variable only in the remaining part of the program. We must not use that system as like original class. If we use system as a class in the remaining part of the program, then a compiler will raise an error, isn't it? But understand my requirement here. In the above context, listen, all of you know, if you want to use system as a class, after declaring system as an integer variable, in the remaining part of the program, the system must be used as an integer variable only. It must not be used as a class. But my requirement is what? In the above context, if you want to use system as a class, comma, not as an integer variable, then we must use its fully qualified name. Then we must use its fully qualified name. What is this fully qualified name? Java.lang.system. Java.lang.system. Now it is a class. If you use only system without this java.lang, only system if you use, no, it's an integer variable. Why? Because already we declared system as what there? Integer variable. But if you provide java.lang.system, now it is a class name. Now all of you observe carefully. Here we are able to get compilation error or not? Where we are getting compilation error? Observe carefully. Java C space system tested.java. Exactly here we are getting compilation error or not? So here what is the problem here? No, here we declare system as an integer variable. Here we are using the system as an integer variable only, no problem. But here we are using the system as what there? Class. That's the problem here. So that's why we are getting error. But here if you want to provide some error, if you want to come out from error, if you want to remove error, what I have to do? Instead of using system normally, we have to use what their fully qualified name we have to use. Now what is that fully qualified name here? Java.lang.system. Now we are not going to get any compilation error. Observe carefully. Java C space test.java. No compilation error. Java space test. Here output we are getting like what there? 10 is an output here we are getting. All of you are getting it or not? Now here what is that output we are getting there? 10 is an output we are getting. Now let's observe carefully, all of you guys. Again here I am telling to you, understand it. Not only this. Now my requirement is, for example, into a is equal to 10. We are able to write a is equal to a plus 10 or not? I want to give some 10 increment. A is equal to a plus 10, we are going to write or not? Similarly, assume it system is an integer variable. I want to write system is equal to system plus 10. Possible or not possible? Once it is an integer variable, then we can do this. Now here, I am able to write what there? System is equal to system plus 10. Now, incremented value I want to display. Now the incremented value here I want to display. Can I use directly like this here? System.out.println of directly system. Can I use like this? If I use this, we are able to get a compilation error or not? Error, no error? No response, guys. Definitely here we are able to get what there? Compilation error. Java C space tested.java. Here we are getting an error. Again we are getting error at 6th line. What is that 6th line? You know, here we are getting an error. Yes, no, to come out from this compilation error, what I have to do? Right there we have to use what there? Fully qualified name of the system class. Java.lang.system. This we have to use. All right, sir. Now again, observe carefully. Again, what I want to there, again, I want to give some increment. System is equal to system plus 10. I want to give. Now I want to display that incremented value. How I'm going to display this incremented value? System.out.println of system. If we use no, definitely we are able to get what there? Compilation error. Now to come out from this compilation error here, I have to use java.lang.system. Instead of using normal name, if I use fully qualified name, there we are not going to get any compilation error. All right, sir. Now tell me what exactly that output here we are getting there from this program. First, initially system value is what there? 10 now. 10 value will be displayed or not? 10 is a value here we are getting. Next one is what there? System is equal to system plus 10. Then what is the system value here? 10 is incremented or not? So here we are able to get what value? 20 is a value here we are getting. Next one is java.lang.system.out.println of. Then what we are getting there? System here we are getting. So what's the value here we are getting? No, already 20 system now. Again 10 more value is incremented or not? So what is the value we are getting there? 30. 30 is an output we are getting. Now let me check this. Java C space tester.java. Oh, sorry. Java C space tester.java. No compilation error. Here we are able to get output like what there. Java space test. 10, 20, 30 is an output here we are getting. That's it. Now if you are getting clarity on this point, no? No response, guys. Okay. Now the status is what there. No compilation error. Output values are like what there. 10, 20, 30. Right. These are the various values here we are getting. Okay. All right, sir. Now this is like what I'm telling to you, the rules and regulations what Java has provided to declare identifiers. Guys, can you tell me what are the various rules and regulations to define identifiers? No, nearly 5 or 6 number of rules and regulations are given. What is the first one here? Now tell me. Come on, identifier must not start with a number. Identifiers may start with an alphabet, underscore symbol, or a dollar symbol, but the subsequent symbols may be a number, alphabet, underscore symbol, dollar symbol. What is rule number 2? Spaces are not allowed in the middle of the identifier. What is the third one? Operators are not allowed in the identifiers. What next one? Special symbols are not allowed except underscore symbol and dollar symbol in the identifier. Then what next one? Keywords are not allowed in the identifiers. Okay, what next one? Data types are not allowed. Data type, primitive data types are not allowed in the identifiers. Then what next one? Predefined classes we can use as what their identifiers. No, we can use predefined classes as what their identifiers, but there is a condition. What is that condition here? No, if we declare that predefined class as an integer, some variable, some integer variable or some float variable, that class name must be used as the respective variable only. We must not use that as original class name. But where what is the relaxation? What is the loophole there? If we want to use that a class name as like original class name, after declaring that class name as an integer variable, there we must use what? There we must use what? Fully qualified name for the respective class. Fully qualified name only here we have to use. Sir, are you getting it or not? Okay, fine. This is one point here we can understand. Next one is, all of you observe carefully, along with the above rules and regulations, Java has provided the following. Java has provided the following suggestions. The following suggestions to define identifiers. Java has given a set of suggestions to define identifiers along with these rules and regulations. What are the suggestions which are provided by Java to define identifiers in our Java applications? All right, sir. First of all, I want to show some examples. There we can identify which one is suggestible and which one is not suggestible. But everybody has to understand the point here. Suggestions are different, rules and regulations are different. Rules and regulations are must, but suggestions are optional. We must follow rules and regulations. Suggestions may follow, we may not follow. Not mandatory. So now we are going to talk about what their suggestions. All of you observe carefully. I'm going to give one example here. Say for example, string xxx is equal to abc 123. The same thing I'm going to write what there, string account number is equal to abc 123. Tell me guys, between these two, which one is suggestible? Come on, which one is suggestible? For example, if I use a string xxx is equal to abc, do you have any meaning for this xxx? No, it's not like we are not getting any meaning here. No. But if you provide the value like what the variable name like ACCNO, then there is a meaning for it. ACCNO has some meaning or not? That ACCNO has some meaning. Easily we can identify this. So here the suggestion in Java, see, syntactically both are right. Syntactically program will not give, compiler will not give any error. Both are valid in our Java program. If I copy and paste in the Java editor, if I compile them, no compilation error, both are okay. But to go for good programming, to go for good programming practice, which one is better, which one is good? There is no meaning for XXX, but there is a meaning for ACCNO. Always it is better to go with what there, ACCNO. Here the point is what there, in Java applications, it is suggestible to provide, suggestible to provide identifiers with a particular meaning, is a particular meaning. That means in a descriptive. That means by seeing that identifier, we must get some description in our mind. Right, sir. Example here I'm giving there. Now try to observe this clearly. All right, out of these two, no, first one is not suggestible, second one is suggestible. All right, another second one is what there, suggestible. This is point number one. Here I'm giving there. All of you observe carefully. Point number two. Again here, I'm giving some example to you. Now try to observe carefully. Say for example, string temporary employee address Similarly, right sir, not tell me. Which one is suggestible here? Temporary employee address. And second ones were there, temp emp added here. Which one is suggestible now? Right here I given the total information, not suggestible. Total information I've written here, the word I given completely not suggestible. Now the answer is what there. This is not suggestible. Identifiers should be simple and straight. It should be straight and simple. Short, simple and short, but it should be in a meaningful. See, this much of length of identifier is not suggestible in our Java application. Why? Because there is a reason for it. Max, as per the human being, we are able to read at max 10 symbols words immediately. More than that, we have to take some time. We have to put some time over there. We have to read all the characters. Then we have to form the word. It will take a lot of time. That is nothing but readability problem. The problem is what there? Readability problem. No readability in this particular case. But when we see this temp emp edit here, easily we can understand it. Why? Because their readability problem is not available. Easily we can recognize it. Easily we can read it now. So this is a suggestible. This is a suggestible. Observe carefully. So here the point here, what I am telling there, all of you observe carefully. In Java applications, it is suggestible. It is suggestible to provide. It is suggestible to provide all the identifiers with the length up to around 10 symbols. Around 10 symbols I'm asking there. It may be like what there, one or two symbols more or less, no issues there. Around 10 symbols. Right, sir? It is suggestible to provide all the identifiers with the length up to around 10 symbols. Less than 10 symbols accepted. More than 10 symbols is not accepted. Observe carefully. All right, there I given the example here. String temporary employee address is equal to idiot, not suggestible. Temp emp addr is equal to idiot. Now it is suggestible. This is what exactly the point here we have to understand. Yes, sir. All of you are following or not? Right. Now let's understand this another point here. Point number 3. Right. Observe carefully. Point number 3. Another example I'm telling to you. We have to recognize it. Everybody. What's the point here I'm telling to you? Say for example, string temp emp addr is equal to hideaway. String temp emp addr is equal to hideaway. Same, both are same, but now the manipulation is what there, like this underscore symbols I provided. Tell me, sir, which one is easy to read for you? First one or second one? Second one is easy to read or not? When compared with the first one, second one is somewhat simple to read or not? So that's the meaning of readability. That's the meaning of readability, right? Now here, now tell me, which one is suggestible and which one is not suggestible? First one is not suggestible. First one is not suggestible. All right, sir. And the second one is what there? Suggestible. Second one is suggestible. So here, in Java, what is the point here I'm telling there? In Java applications, all right, if we have multiple words, if we have multiple words in a single identifier, then it is suggestible to provide, then it is suggestible to provide, multiple words, or maybe then it's suggestible to separate all these multiple words with a underscore symbol, observe carefully. So if we have multiple words in a single identifier, then it is suggestible to separate all these multiple words with the underscore symbol. That's a suggestion here, just for the sake of improving readability. And one more point I'm telling to you, observe carefully. All these suggestions here we provided just to improve readability only, not for any particular reason. Just easy to read for the sake of getting easiness while reading the identifier. For that particular point of view only, we are having these suggestions. Java has given this type of suggestions that we have to follow. Right? If you write programs by following these suggestions and these rules and regulations, no, then that programmer is a good programmer. That programming practice is a good programming practice. Always I'm expecting this type of development only in our applications. This is a standard way of preparing applications now. If we are following this kind of rules and regulations and suggestions kernel. But in our own way, if you want to declare variables, in our own way, if you want to declare classes and all in the sense, that is not like a good programming practice. Of course, compiler may not give error kernel. But if you want to see that program in a proper way, then definitely we have to follow this kind of suggestions. Is that all of you are getting it or not? Right, sir. Now this is the total awareness on identifiers. The total content about like what their identifiers that we understood clearly. Clear? All of you are getting clarity? Now tell me, in a tokens part, in a tokens, nearly 4 types of tokens are available. Identifiers we completed. Then what is the next one? What is the next one there? Literals. The next one is like what there? Literals. All right, sir. What exactly the meaning of literal? What is a literal? Here we want to give clarity. What exactly the meaning of literal? Try to understand it now. All of you ready? All right, sir. Observe carefully. Say for example, int a is equal to 10. Listen carefully. Int a is equal to 10. Where what is this int actually? What is this int actually? Data type. A is what there? A is a variable. Don't worry. A is what there? Variable or identifier. Later on, I'll give the difference between these two also. Don't worry. All right. Then after this, what is this equal actually? This equal is like what their operator. After this, 10 is what their constant. 10 is what there? Constant. Semicolon is what there? It's a special symbol. Is a special symbol or simply speaking terminator. Special symbol or simply speaking what there? Terminator. Now observe carefully what exactly the meaning of literal. In general, the definition is what there? Literal is a constant value. Literal is what there? A constant value assigned to the variables. Literal is a constant value assigned to the variables. Example here I've given there, where what is this constant actually? 10 is a constant. No, this 10 constant is assigned to the variable or not. So that's why the 10 value 10 is what there? A literal. That value 10 is what there? A literal. Sir, are you following or not? All these are fundamentals of the Java. Fundament not only for Java, these are fundamentals for all programming languages. One time if we complete all these fundamentals, no, easily we can learn any type of programming language. Now Python is nothing. If you understand all these points, no, Python is nothing. Core Java is nothing. Your C programming language is nothing. Because of these reasons only I'm telling to you, if you want to learn Java, no need to have any prerequisite. People are forming like first we have to learn C, next is C++, then a Java. People are saying like that. No, not required. Already we are covering all the fundamentals inside the core Java. So no need to learn anything in a C programming language here. In a C programming language also we are going to learn the same thing. The same thing we required for what their core Java. That I'm discussing here. So no need to have any prerequisite for this. Alright, sir. Now leave this one here. So finally here we understood like what exactly the meaning of literal. Here we understood. Okay, good, nice. Then after that, after completion of this, how many types of literals are available in Java? How many types of literals are exist in Java? What their purpose is? All the points here we have to understand. Now see this point here, no? In Java, okay, or else to prepare Java applications, Java has provided the following list of literals. What are the various literals are available? I'll give list of literals. Now try to understand it clearly. First one is like what there? Integral or integer literals. Integral or integer literals. Right, sir. What are the various data types will come under this integer or integral literals? No, byte, short, int, long. These are the integral or integer literals. What are the various examples? No, say for example 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on. All these values are come under like what there? These data types only. So these values, if we provide these values, there we can understand like what there literals, like what there integral literals. Sir, are you getting it or not? All right. One more point. Try to observe carefully. Not only this, char is also be come under integral literals. Char is also be come under what there integral literals only. Why? Because its internal representation is some ASCII values representation where numeric representation is going to be happen. Because of that reason, it's also be come under what there integral group. Under this group only, it's also be available. Right, a single character we can provide within a single quotations. A single character we can provide within what there single quotation. All these are like what there character literals. Yes, sir. Are you following or not? Okay. Right. But understand one note here we have to understand there. No type of points. All of you observe carefully. This may be new point for all of you. Now try to understand it now. To represent byte, that means to represent the literals, like byte, comma, short and int. No need to use any suffix value. No need to use any suffix value. Please understand this clearly. What I'm telling to you know. Observe carefully. To represent the literals like byte, short, int, no need to use any suffix value. Listen carefully. But to represent long literals, we must use we must use either capital L or small l as a suffix to represent a long literal. Either we have to use capital L or we have to use what there small l as a suffixes. We'll see an example here. No need to worry for it. Right, sir. Understand this example? All of you observe carefully. I want to provide, say for example, byte user age. Of course, that user age we can declare as a byte also, no problem. Say for example, I want to provide like what there, 22. Okay, no problem. 22 byte, no issues. Short user balance, bank balance, for example. Not even short here. I want to go with like what there, something else like okay, short term student marks. Of course, I can take the student marks, overall marks, like out of like what there, what we are able to specify there, 780 out of this 1000, for example. Example, I'm telling there now. Next one is int, what we want to provide there, balance, bank balance, for example. Then I'm going to provide like what value here now. Say for example, something else, some number of zeros here we can provide. Yes, sir. Got it or not? Up to this, after 22, have I provided any suffix value? After 780, have I provided any suffix value? After this, some value here, have I provided any suffix value? No suffix. Of course, I can display the data. System dot out dot println of user age, or else maybe directly here I want to display like what there, u age. System dot out dot println of std marks. System dot out dot println of balance. I can display all this data as it is. There we are able to get some output. Java C space tester.java. No compilation error. Now here we are able to get output is what there as it is what we provided here. Clear or not? But understand this all of you guys. I want to provide, say for example, listen, here itself we have to listen. Int mobile number is equal to 10-digit number here I have to provide or not? Say for example, like is a given. Moreover, if you want to go with some other structure, there we can use what there 91. Yes, sir, am I right or not? Like this here we are able to provide. Okay, 10-digit mobile number here I'm going to provide. And that value I want to display. Sysnot outed println of mobile number. Sysnot outed println of mobile number. Now let me check this. Java C space tester.java. Now here we are getting some error. Now please recognize this error. Integer number too large. This is too large number what we provided. It means that integer range is crossed. Now it will go what there next level. What is that next level there? Long. Observe carefully. What I am going to do now. Now here I want to provide like what there. This is a long data type. Int is not sufficient there. There we have to represent what there long data type. But still we are going to get an error. Try to understand it clearly. Still we are able to get an error. Now try to understand it. Java C space tester.java. Same error here we are getting or not? So integer number too large. That error here we are getting. Now I'm going to provide information to you. This variable we have taken long, that's okay. But this value is not long. This value still is treated as what there integer, but its range is what there too large. So I need to convert this integer, this number from integer to longer. To make this number as a long number, to make this value as a long value, either we have to use small l as a suffix. Let me compile this. Small l as a suffix I have provided here. Now please check this. Are you getting any compilation error? No compilation error. Java space tester. Now here we are getting output or not? But in output we are not going to get L. Suffix L will not come there in output, but in only input only suffix L it will take. Okay, right. Not only that, we can provide capital L. We can provide what there? Capital L, either capital L or small l. Suffix here we have to provide. Then only that number is what there? Long value. Understand it? How we are going to represent long values in Java by providing one suffix. What is that suffix there? Either small l or capital L. Either small l or capital L. Let's observe carefully here. Java C space tester.java compiled successfully. Java space tester. Here we are getting some output like what there. This is an output here we are getting. Yes, clear to all of you? All of you are getting clarity on this point now? Right, so now this is exactly the meaning of like what there? Representation of the long. Here itself, I am telling to you, either we can use this one or we can use like what there? Lowercase, like what there? L, small l. You should not think it is a 1 now. It should be like what there? L. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? Here I have written 1, here I have written L. Observe the difference no? Right, sir. Whenever we are having doubt now, in our question paper and somewhere else might be number 1 might be used. Try to compare that. Try to compare that. There we are able to understand it now. This kind of questions we are able to get in our question papers now, in our written test. So we have to recognize what is L and what is like a suffix L, what is 1. Then only we are able to get clarity. Right, sir. This is a simple example here. We can understand about this content here. Right, sir. Okay, fine. Now this is completed here. This part is okay. Then what next one here? We are understanding there. Output also here I want to provide. Try to recognize this output. Right, sir. Now this is what we are getting. Now try to recognize this. All right, sir. Now here, what literals here we understood there? Now tell me. First one is what there? Integral literals or integer literals. These are the values here we specified clearly. Next one is after that. Number two. Number two. Floating point literals. Under this floating point literals, two data types are available. Only two data types. What are the two data types here? No, float data type. Here the values would be like what there? 22.22 F, either small f. Alright, sir. We have to use like what there? Capital F and so on. Suffix is mandatory. What is the suffix for float? No, either small f or capital F. We have to provide. Then only that value will come under what there? Then float to data type. Double data type is existed here. Double data type should not have any suffix, or if you want to provide a suffix, there we have to provide like what there? Either small d, or we can provide like what there? Either capital D. Either small d or capital D, that we can provide. Suffix values here we have to provide. Now let me take this point clearly. Right, sir. Now here the note is what there? To represent float value, we must use either small f or capital F as a suffix. To represent float value, we must use either small f or capital F as what their suffixes. Okay. The next one is another note here I am telling there. Observe carefully. To represent double value, we must use either no suffix case is also available, or small d or capital D. Yes, sir. Got it or not? Either no suffix or small d or capital D. All right, sir. Good. As a suffix. These are the points here we can understand. Now try to understand the simple example here about this very simple example here. Now try to understand it. Say for example, all of you observe carefully. Listen carefully. For example, all right, sir. Now, flow temperature is equal to, then what we have to provide there? Say for example, temperature in general 98.2 F, or else maybe we can provide like what there, any value that depends on your requirement. All right, atmosphere related temperature if you want to calculate, no, maybe 28.2 F something else, or maybe F is a float here. That foreign heat is different. I'm not talking about it. Now this F is what their float value. In this way, here we are able to provide some temperature. That's okay, fine. Next one is after that. In general, in the bank balance, there we are going to provide like what there some values. What values here we are going to be provided here? No, somewhat large values here we are going to provide. Am I right or not? Somewhat large values here we are going to provide. Now just I want to say like what there. This is a temperature one. Here small f here we have used. Next one is like what there. I am going to provide temperature 2. Some value here I want to provide here 99.8 F. F is also be okay, capital F. Okay, then get balance 1, bank balance. Now without having any suffix, here we provide it. Similarly, I want to provide like what there. Balance 2 is equal to, here I want to provide small d. Now here I want to provide the same thing with a capital D. Now here we can use like what there, balance 3. Just representation examples only I'm giving there. Don't think much about it. Okay, now here what I want to provide there, system dot out dot println of, here we are going to use temp1. Now here system dot out dot println of temp2. Now here system dot out dot println of balance 1. System dot out dot println of balance 2. Just I want to display all the values, not more than this. And once again I'm telling to you, these values are going to be displayed on command prompt. These values are going to be displayed on command prompts, but they are not having any suffix values. While displaying the data on command prompt, no suffixes are going to be provided. While providing input data to the program, their suffix values are going to be existed. All right, sir. Now let me check this point clearly. All right, so now this is the data here, what we are getting. Now try to observe carefully. Java C space test.java compiled successfully. Java space tester. Output values here we are getting as is. Okay, now this is exactly the way to represent what their float values and as well as like what their double values. But the suffixes are what there for float. What suffixes here we have to use? Either small f or capital F as a suffix. For the double values, what suffixes here we have to provide? Either no suffix or small d or uppercase d. Either of the suffixes here we have to provide. All right, sir. Now let me check this. Okay. All right, sir. Now this is the point here we can understand. No, it's okay, fine. Right. So now up to now, what we completed here, integer or integral literals we completed. Next one is what we completed here. No, floating point literals here. Now the next one is like what the third type here. What I'm telling to you, Boolean literals. Character literals already given that a single character only here we are going to represent. No need to think much about it here, but Boolean literals no. Under this Boolean literals, only one data type is available. What is the data type? No, Boolean, where the values are like what there, true and false. True and false. Remember this. In a true, T must be small only. In a false, F must be small. In some other programming languages, T may be capital. In some other languages, no, but here it's okay. One more thing I'm telling there. In other programming languages, true and false values are represented internally zeros and ones. 0 is what they're false, 1 is what they're true. In other programming languages, no. But in Java, no such type of representations. Straightly, we can use true and false. That's it. Directly, we can use what they're true and false. No such kind of specifications. What we have seen in other programming languages, they are up to other programming languages. They are not related to our Java programming language. Right, sir. Now see this point clearly. All right, sir. Then I want to give some simple example here. And moreover, one more point here I'm telling there, to provide Boolean values, no suffixes are required. No suffixes are existed or available. Suffixes are not available for representing Boolean values. Suffixes are available for only what data types? Now tell me, all literals know. First one is what there? Long. Next one is what there? Float. Next one is what there? Double. Apart from this, we are not having any other suffixes. Is that point is clear or not? Now let me check this point here. Now here, I want to give an example. All right. Observe carefully. Say for example, what I want to provide the content here. Say for example, right sir. Now here, Boolean B is equal to true. Boolean B1 is equal to true. Boolean B2 is equal to false. Okay. Now here, system.out.println of right sir. Say for example, today is a Sunday. Just like it is a question form. Right, what is that answer here we are going to provide here? Then true or false kind of things, no, in general. What we are able to specify there, no, false. I want to say something else like what there, B2. Yes sir, got it or not? Right, sir. Then what next one? Say for example, before this I want to provide the same thing here, system.out.println, println. All right sir, Java is a trending language. Java is a trending language. Not like question form here, just we can remove this. Java is what their trending language, trending programming language. Yes, sir. What we have to say? You don't have any other option. Why you are thinking? Why you are silent about it? Huh? You have to feel in this way. Java is a good programming language. Once you have taken classes at Durgasoft, especially taking steps inside my class there, always you have to feel Java is good, Java is good, Java is good. No second thought of it. Otherwise, we are not going to understand Java properly. Don't think about it. Whatever the option we have taken, it's an ultimate. At present, as per the software industry, uh, really, then strict might be. To be frank, I'm talking with you. Somewhat dry season is going on nowadays. Somewhat recession is going on. But it's a temporary only, not completely. Maybe within few months of time. Again, as per my awareness, on June, July, again, the drives are going to be started. As I said to you, continuously I'm in touch with 50 to 55 number of companies there. Out of this 50 to 55 number of companies, two company HRs are replied with me. On June, July, we want to come to your institute and we want to take that members. But they are getting confirmation. How many members you are able to send to us like that? I given some quotation there. Then finally I given some intimation there. They want to come here on June or July. Meanwhile, we are going to complete. We are going to understand totally core Java also. Might be somewhat we are going to be ready even for that interviews also. But I'm sure about it. On June or July, from my side, minimum 2 to 3 companies I will show minimum. But of course, it may be increased that number. See, then at Durgasoft, campus recruitment drives are going to be happen. Drives are going on here at Durgasoft. Already we have that culture. Last 15 years onwards, we are doing the same process. But we are against to the job guarantee program. But for student, what is required and everything we are providing to get job in outside for students, what they required, more than that, more than their expectation, we are providing. So because of that reason, don't think about it. If season is good, definitely we'll be back of you. Definitely I'll call number of companies here to conduct campus drives. Through the campus drives, maybe people are going to be selected. More and more number of students. See, then if you take throughout Durgasoft story, a history, if you take last 15 years onwards, might be I thought of it, might be lakhs of people might be trained at Durgasoft, lakhs of people might be selected through Durgasoft. In Durgasoft campus drives, so many members have selected with good packages. So that's why because of that reason I'm telling to you. So my simple belief is what there content, more information, more technology. Definitely students are going to be selected. That is a simple philosophy. So because of that reason, I can say effectively 80% is a success rate in my classes. For every 100 members, 80 members are able to get the jobs. But at present, the season in outside is somewhat different. Somewhat recession is going on here. It's temporary only. Maybe within 2 to 3 months of time, again it will be up. Then definitely we are able to get some opportunity level in outside here. But meanwhile, try to improve our technical skills. That's right, I'm telling that. Even no faculty or no institute people are going to give this kind of information to you. But directly I'm telling to you, as you have seen that market in outside there, the situation is going on like this. Okay, but don't worry, it's a temporary only. No need to be panic for it. Within a few months of time, it will again up. There we are going to have our opportunities now. Right? That's okay, guys. Now let's move on to the punch here. Now this is the content here I'm going to provide. Now let me compile and execute this. Anything else? Anything else is remaining here? Okay. Now tell me, Java is a training programming language. There we have to provide what there? Boolean true. Today is a Sunday. Then what we have to provide there? False. Now let us check this clearly. Java C space test.java. Compiled successfully. Java space test. So then get true and false values here. We are getting there direct. We can use in this way. Okay. Have I used any suffix values for this? No suffixes. Even any prefix value I provided, no prefixes, no suffixes here. No. Everything is clear. All right, so now let me copy this value here. No. This is one point here. Observe carefully. Next one is fourth one here. What I am telling there, string literals. Fourth one is like what there, string literals. What is the meaning of the string literals? No, what you are understanding about the string literals here. Observe carefully. String literals are somewhat different, but understand it now. All right, sir. If we represent anything, within double quotations, then that data is a string literal. If we represent anything within double quotations, then the data is a string literal. Everybody understand my point clearly now. Another thing here, what I am telling there, in general, in Java, in string literals, we are able to include characters, digits, and special symbols. Only one data type is able to represent any type of data in Java. Only one data type is able to represent anything, any type of data in Java. That data type is what there? String data type. Everybody understand this clearly now. Right, sir? Now see this one. String data type. We can specify like what there? Double quotation ABC, double quotation XYZ, and so on. Like this here we are providing. Some examples here I'm going to provide here. By that we are able to get much clarity. Right, all of you understand this now? Say for example, here I'm going to be specify string username is equal to Durga. Okay. And now some examples I'm taking there because of string, where I want to show anything here we can represent. User password is equal to ABC123. Password in general, password data contains what are the digits and as well as alphabets, some other symbols also. All right. String user email is equal to Durgasoft.com. Here the combination is what there? Durga123 @Durgasoft.com. Inside this email, alphabets are available, digits are available, right? Special symbols are available. Their combination here. Next one is after this, we can understand string mobile number is equal to, there we can specify 91 hyphen some digits here we are able to provide. 91 hyphen is provided here. So definitely we have to take what there? String data type only. Like this here we have taken. Now observe carefully. Now I want to display all the values here. System.out.println of user details. I want to provide this. This is a heading. Next one is what there system dot out dot println of. There we are able to provide what there on underline. Next one is I want to display like what there system dot out dot println of user name. I want to display plus. Plus is a concatenation. To that string, I want to append the value of uname variable. That means what will happen? First, this will be evaluated. Username colon uname value is what there Durga. Username colon Durga will be provided. Right, sir. Now similarly, system dot out dot println of user password. System dot out dot println of user password. There we are able to get what there UPWD. Next one, system dot out dot println of, all right, sir, user email ID. Here I want to display plus like what there you email. Next one, system dot out dot println of user mobile number. Here we want to provide you mobile, for example. See, all the values are strings or not? Different types of data here we provided or not? All right, so now let me check this. Now I want to provide like what there Java C space tested or Java compiled successfully. No, you mobile. This here I want to declare Java C space tested or Java compiled successfully. Java space test output here we are getting as stage all the user details here. Just we can understand only string values here I have taken there clearly. Right, so now this is a simple program here. We can understand how we are going to represent that string data clearly. Right, sir. Output also here I want to provide there and comment prompt, whatever the work I have done that I want to show to you. Now try to understand it clearly. Right, sir. So these are about like what there literals. Content here we understood there. Overall, what literals here we understood there? Now tell me. First one is what there integral or integer literals. Next one is what there floating point literals. Next one is what there boolean literals. Next one is what there string literals. These are mainly the literals part here what we are having. Please remember this. On the basis of these literals, we are going to have some questions in our content. There we have to check it clearly, right? The remaining part we are going to discuss on tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow we'll see the remaining content. So tomorrow I'm going to start about like what there few more points about these literals. After completion of this number systems, the topic I'm going to start in Java. Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot. We'll see you on tomorrow. Yeah, recruitment is going on for everybody, guys. Right, sir. Thank you. I'll discuss.